So welcome back to the Las Vegas Strip, and in today's video we're going to go over the latest stats that show that this strip is getting battered. The casinos must be panicking, and we're going to give you all the reasons why. We're going to take a walk up to the top of the newest retail development called Boulevard and show you a view of the strip that you have never seen before. And in a minute I'm going to be told to leave by this guard, I imagine. Here we go. It's always something.
I got to take the tripod down.
Oh, that little tiny thing?
Oh, yeah, unless you got permission from MGM Resorts International and T-Mobile Arena, it's got to come down.
Is it just the tripod? It's not the camera that's the issue?
If it's your iPhone, it's fine, but it can't be set up on the tripod like you're professionally filming.
Oh, I can't leave it on a tripod. Okay, we'll get going.
All right.
Appreciate you. All right, guys, so we're going to take it off the ground, and that seems to be the way we have to do it. So come on and walk with me and throw me a subscription if you haven't already. This stuff happens all the time. Filming is not a crime, but putting a tripod on the ground makes you a professional. Let's get at it. 3, 2, 1, and action. So yeah, I really didn't know that just having a tripod out was the big issue, and I'm starting to see a trend. We do these videos all the time for you guys, so if you appreciate that we have to get hassled and you've seen us on live streams, just throw us a subscription. Let's get over to the Boulevard before they get me for having an even smaller tripod set up and lock this baby up and tell you about how bad it really is. So Vegas had 3.34 million tourists come to town in April. And first of all, we should define something. Why are we talking about April when it's June? That's because the May numbers don't come in on June 1st. We actually get the month before towards the end of the next month. And if 3.34 is it? Looking at my stats seems great. It's not. We were down 5.1% year over year, meaning that the previous April had 5.1% more people. Now, if this were just a little drop in the bucket, it really wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's not a drop in the bucket, you see. March was down 7.8%. February down a staggering 11.9%, but in all fairness, in February, the year before, we did have the Super Bowl, and January down 1.1%. It's all going to come down to consumer confidence and what people think the economy is going to do. And what do they think the economy is going to do? And by the way, if you're wondering, we're down here at what's called the Park MGM, and it's actually a pretty cool little place, often overlooked. I think you should check it out. It's right across the street from the Showcase Mall, right by the New York, and normally it's a lot busier. Right now it's middle of the week and there's no big events. If you are seeing a big event, T-Mobile Arena is right behind us, and there's some good little restaurants and stuff, although these shops here tell a different tale. This right here used to be Salt Bay's restaurant until people in Vegas decided they didn't want to pay $10,000 for a steak flecked with gold. And we have so many of these empty shops. It just makes no sense why everything down here is empty when this cost hundreds of millions of dollars to build years ago. So strangely enough, the drop at Harry Reid International, it has very little to do with international travelers. Recently, a big trend is to say that everybody hates America, and that's why there's nobody coming here. The fact is, the numbers at Harry Reid show a decline of 3.1% month over month, or year over year, month over month for April. And that drop is actually coming from domestic travelers. How's that even possible? Well, that drop is largely due to people sitting on their money and squatting on their dollars, afraid to spend because they don't really know if what they need to buy in the future is going to go up in price. We have tariffs, we have certain types of consumer uncertainty like we never have before. So whereas people will travel if they're from overseas and risk customs and enforcement and all those things, I guess the people that are from here are just not willing to approach the unknown. And you thought I was going to drop it, didn't you? And come into Vegas. I mean, none of that should matter as long as people are still gambling, right? Right? You're right. That's a major problem. So Vegas makes all of its profits off of gaming revenues. Gaming is just a fancy way of saying gambling, so it doesn't sound like you're gambling because reasons. And those revenues are down quite a bit. We had $646.9 million in April, and that was down 3% from the April in 2024. This is another several month decrease in these gaming revenues. And you can kind of tell, I mean, these people are coming in little pulses across this walkway. And in a lot of cases, I could roll a bowling ball down here and not hit anybody. Don't roll bowling balls down the Las Vegas Strip. It's probably against the law, and I don't want you to get in trouble. And a real strange phenomenon we're seeing is the casinos filling up less with guests staying on the properties, but them charging more. For example, in April, the casinos were at 84.5% occupancy. Might be 84.6. My crib notes are in my pocket. But they charged $190 per night, which is 4.4% more per room than the previous year. And mind you, that's before resort fees. Yeah, resort fees weren't being taken into factor in April. That only started happening in May. So realistically, people were paying over $220 a night to stay in Vegas. So less people coming, but higher room rates. How does that math out? See, because people are actually really, really angry at Vegas right now. They are pissed. They're pissed over things like little fees. I don't know if you saw it the other day, but the Flamingo is charging people $60 to check into their rooms early. A room that's ready and good to go, charging $60 just to check in. Retail behemoths like the development behind me, the Boulevard, these hope to give people new experiences so they can empty their wallets into the city, but they're mad and they're taking to social media. And it doesn't seem like a day goes by where you don't see somebody angry at Vegas for something stupid and boneheaded a big greedy corporate company once did. By the way, even though it was in the newspaper literally yesterday that this place opened to the public and we can go up, the escalators are already broken, because of course they are. It's not an easy walk when it's 97 degrees. Another broken escalator. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to the top. I mean, it seems as though a lot of people are willing to stay at home and gamble at home. And speaking of which, if you choose to gamble at home, make sure you check out our sponsor of this video, gambling.com and casinos.com. They'll give you a special offer to sit at home in the comfort of your living room at 2 in the morning in your underwear. I don't want to visualize that, to gamble. Things like giving you match play or waiving all of your losses for a period. Go to notleavinglasvegas.com/casinos to get your special offer. And the best part is, it's all very legal and compliant, no matter where you live in the United States. So staying at home, gambling at home, taking advantage of sports betting apps all across the country where sports gambling is legal in 34 out of the 50 states in America. This doesn't just affect the Strip. You see, there's another effect going on, and that's because what happens here and what you do on the Strip goes to either help or hurt locals who have made Vegas their home for many years. These gambling revenues, these room taxes, these room revenues, they all feed into something called the Nevada General Fund, and that goes to make Vegas a better place to live. That makes sure that when we have extreme heat snaps in the summertime, that there are cooling stations for the homeless. That makes sure that we have welfare programs for families that can't make ends meet in a rough economy. And if you stop coming here, the real risk is that this city dries up and becomes a ghost town. Now, we're not at that point yet. We have the summer, and recently a major travel website has designated Vegas the #1 destination on the minds of tourists. And it's a wait and see with the economy, too. We still don't know what will happen. But as the news is breaking left, right, and center about people and jobs and growth in the economy, definitely doesn't look good, and it doesn't help that consumer confidence level, does it? And this is what makes the Boulevard, that's BLVD to you, such a curiosity. 3 years in the making, nearly $1 billion in construction costs. The world's largest In-N-Out Burger flagship restaurant right up here on the patio roof. Quite the gamble, but one that Vegas is willing to take. And again, we don't know what the future does bring. The economy could turn itself around and we could be in growth mode before we know it. And speaking of growth mode, if you want to help the channel grow and get yourself in the credits like the people you see right here, you can join our Patreon, where you will get anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour of exclusive content that I don't ever put on YouTube every single month. You also get your name in the credits and help the channel grow and help the community get better. If you guys want to see another video on things that are related to the Strip and the economy, where I am not auditioning to be on friendly terms with the casinos, I think they might hate me, be sure to click the playlist that we have here below and tune in for more updates on the real deal on Vegas and the economy. Once again, my name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. This is the part of the video where I say 3, 2, 1 clip, coming to you from the top of the world, on top of the Boulevard shopping. Have a great one out there. 3, 2, 1, and click!